Hello, teacher. How are you today?
Hi, so well, and you?
I'm fine. Thank you. Thank you very much for your time. I want to thanks for you this interview, but I would also like to know if you authorize the recording.
Oh, yes, of course, there's no problem.
Okay, thank you for your permission. The purpose of this interview is to learn your opinion on bilingual education in Colombia. We will discuss topics related to technology, education inclusion, curriculum, frameworks, challenges in rural areas, and competencies. Okay. Number one, do you consider it essential to use technological tools in class? Do you think these tools influence the learning and motivation of English students?
Right, I agree with that part. Something that happens is technology is so present in the life of students now. So yeah, right now I consider the technological tools are so useful, and the problem is when it's not implemented properly. But by the rest, it's a really good key. It's a really good key we can use to the progress of the preparation of the classes, for example, for the motivation of the students most, because you can use it to for games, audio visuals that are easy to share. So yeah, I consider it as a good idea.
Okay, teacher. Number two, considering the challenge is rural areas, do you think rural areas of the country should have access to bilingual programs?
Well, I consider education is part of the rights all the Colombian kids, for example, have. So yeah, I really consider it's okay. But well, obviously, as all the time, is something good to receive resources that could help to prepare the students with that. But yeah, the rural students have the same right to learn English like urban students.
Okay, teacher. Number three, as a teacher, do you consider it's important to comply with national bilingual plans in urban and rural areas of Colombia?
Well, we can complain about it, but well, it's okay. It is like try to work what we have. But yeah, I consider we must be exigent. We must be exigent with I was saying with this right of the education, with the same. We be exigent with the resources we receive, with the materials the student receive, because this is part of a good idea of good education. So yeah, I could say that we can comply, but we cannot be like only comply. I could say we need to complement more the resources we have.
Okay, teacher. Number four, one problem is primary school is the lack of teacher specialized in English. Do you think this affects the skill that a student should develop in English?
Yeah, I consider that a fact. I could I could answer sorry this about my own experience, and sometimes when it's primary, doesn't consider well, people don't consider that English is essential, right? But this is one of the best yeah, it's one of the best phases of the life when you can receive a new languages, and it's going to be easy for you to learn it, and it's going to be easy to you not only learning like speaking it, for example, you can comprehend, right, about the listen, for example, better the language. So yeah, I consider it's essential. It affects when there's not take it so much care about the teacher. If the teacher is prepared, for example, to teach in primary, or they don't dedicate so much time to teach English. Yeah, so obviously affects because it's one of the best, I'm saying, like phases of the life that you can learn it.
Okay. Number 5, teacher. From your perspective as a teacher, do you think that the implementation of inclusive education has been promoted in Colombia? Is it really effective? Do you think it has the same resources as private institutions?
Okay. Well, when it's talking about inclusive material, sometimes we tended to say, well, this is not so important, and yeah, right, is that's so important. That's like in the key of good well, properly, as I mean that appropriate education to kids, for example, to students in general. When we have the core materials or all the elements necessary, we need, right? It's like a part of the sharing. Okay, obviously it's so useful, it's good for the student, and it's going to be like not only useful, I could say, that's going to be more complemented to the study. Yeah, so you're right, when we have proper materials, proper I could say tools, I mean, everything is gonna be good for them. So that's the idea. Take more about the students, receive the materials correctly. They could be, for example, like a book for Braille, or they could be like be the teachers prepared to teach with the talking about the language, with the sign language. So yeah, that's part of the progress. Be prepared with all this. It's going to affect positively to the students.
Okay. Number 6. Based on your experience as a teacher and the subject English curriculum for 11th grade, do your students have the skill and level of English required by the Ministry of Education?
Well, this could be a little problematic to answer by my experience. Like, well, when I was an 11th grade student, this problem I had was like uh, the teachers were so different. I had like two teachers. One was good, a good teacher, but she was not preparing us so good. Okay, in the part of the speaking skills. Okay, and there is another balance with the other teacher that when she was like we like I say the classes were concentrated to the speaking. And what was the difference? Okay, we were so concentrated with the vocabulary, the grammar rules, okay, but we were not able to speak. And with the other, that happened that we were able to speak, but we were not prepared to the rules, but specifically the grammar. So, well, I could say the Ministry of Education have a good idea of. They are divided with good sections, I could say, of how to prepare students. But sometimes teachers are not correctly prepared to teach this, and we need a balance. To the students, it's important to teach this balance, like the importance of the writing, the listen, the reading, the importance of the grammar rules by the real and the speaking. It is more like a balance, okay, and not only pointed like, for example, this is going to be in the IFES, only we teach something that is go to the IFES. No, it's like teaching in general. We are going to teach something, let's to teach it good. So yeah, I could say it's gonna be so good. Like prepare better the teacher sometimes and focus in the all the tools we need to the skills. Sorry, all the skills we need to practice and learn properly a language.
Well, teacher, number 7. Do you think that the lack of resources and a teacher training in marginalized areas affect the goals of a bilingual Colombia?
Okay, yeah, of course. Well, you mentioned something so important that's the teacher training. Something I'm mentioning. Sometimes there are teachers and they are not like I could say like prepare like they work. I mean like there are some teachers, for example, they are sometimes because their work is like being repeating fast quickly. They are dedicated to teach areas that they are not like correctly prepared. I mean that. So yeah, it's something good in the lack of resources and the teacher training. A balance again, obviously, take the balance. It's necessary the resources, okay, and teach to the teachers, okay, teach to the educators to manage and control these resources. And obviously, for example, the difference to the public and the private education. And sometimes some teachers are better prepared, okay, but the other hasn't have the resources necessary. So this is the importance of this balance. If we have the resources and the teacher prepares, there are not going to be any lack, and it's going to help the students to learn better.
Okay, teacher. Number 8. Bilingual policy aimed to promote English language learning and train students to be globally competent. What skill do you think a student should acquire?
Well, sometimes we think we have the different parts of the learning, yeah, like the writing, the reading, the listening, the speaking, and it's okay, but it's not more like change the focus, okay. We can say prepare the students to learn a language is only teach them some things like the rules and the grammar that happens sometimes, the vocabulary, but this takes more than that. For example, in real life, we could teach to a student, for example, okay, this is a present simple, a simple topic in English, okay, and these are the rules, you control it. But what happened? If we teach the rules, we keep on that, we can study it in English, okay, but where is the real names? Real names is important. How the student can use the present simple to, for example, to buy something at the store, or how can the student can use these grammar rules, okay, or vocabulary to go to, for example, to do a process, to go to the school, okay, in real life. Real life is important. So I could say, yeah, the skills more important and not only take all the ideas, the writing, take the reading, take the vocabulary, take all of this part of the learning, and teach them with real names. With real names. That's the important part.
Okay, teacher. Finish the interview.